the way I normally like to mix my vocals, some vocals I I generally don't like to have all of my vocals panned hard left and hard right. Sometimes I'll go for that, but most of the time I don't, because I kind of like for them to kind of still have their own space, you know, within the dimensions sonically. So, but what I did here on Lucinda's background vocals, I kept hers panned hard left and hard right so that she could be the wall of the vocals here. Um, as you can hear right here. Hear you, I hear you. To the guitar. Hear you. Okay. So here, what I did was on Sharia's vocal, her top vocal. You'll see I have her panned 97 on both sides, which is this, and then Lejeune. I have her inside of Sharia, and then on those same parts where Sharia and Lejeune are singing the same parts, I have them panned the same on both sides as well. Then the tenor parts, I like to have them more inside of the vocals as well. And I have them sending, I have Sharia's going to her own aux, and I kind of doubled, I pulled out this doubler here, just to add a little more, not necessarily width to it, but a little more nuance, a little more body as well. I didn't want to necessarily do it with EQ. So that was my reason for doing that with her. I send them all to this aux, and here I pull up the that max volume here. I'm de-essing them, of course, you know, to be able to retain some of the sibilance. This is a limit. This here is really a mastering limiter. Well, this is what it was intended for, but I actually I normally always use it on my vocals as well, and I use it to be able to sit in a particular place, and hold on, let me pull these vocals here, so you can hear exactly what I'm saying here, and you can hear what they're doing. Okay. Hear you. I hear you. Hear you. Okay, without it. Hear you. I hear you. With. Hear you. I hear you. And it's transparent. It's by a company called Massey. And they have a few. They didn't make a lot of plugins. They have a few plugins. I think they have another compressor plugin. I think it's CT5. One of their earlier versions is CT4 or so. So it always sits on my vocals, my background vocal chain. And again, pulling up the RDSer to tame, you know, some of the sibilance. And of course, my go-to as well with the LA2A. I normally do 2 sets of verbs as well. And as you can see here, here they're actually doing the same, but this here should be set to a different pre-delay. I have both of these set to, and this is a stock reverb here. Normally, I'm now using, I normally use the, my go-to is the LX480 a reverb that's in my template now, but this, the classic Deverb, I have both of those set. One is doing a different pre-delay, I'm sorry, than the other one, and both of them set at a large plate, and I'm sending one a different amount versus the other. You'll see one is at minus 11.3, and the other one is at minus 15.8. From there, I'm doing the same thing here with my mod delay, and then I don't have this here, but normally I would have I normally use Echo Boy to add some more delays on there just to give it a little more space as well. So that's my normal approach as it relates to my vocal chain and my send and returns as it relates to my BGVs. And again, this is what, let me reselect them here. That's what they sound like.
I hear you. Hear you. I hear you.
Okay.
Mixing is a very, very hard art to master. I know because I've been trying to master this art for several years. That is one of the reasons why I do Mix Mondays. It's a learning environment, and every mix that I do, I learn something new. And I've taken everything that I've learned over the years and we have poured it into our mixing templates. Mixing templates are a great starting place, and we have created several templates that allow you to get up and going quickly, and we have created them for Logic Pro X. We have created them for Pro Tools, for Studio One, for Ableton Live, and so many others. So if you're interested in taking your mixing to the next level, or even just getting started, make sure you check out these links down below in the description of this video and grab your template today. All right, back to the show.
All right, and so the approach that I took on Lucinda's vocal here, you'll see that I duplicated her vocal, and I left the initial one untouched. I did all my adjustments going in as it relates to compression on it. I generally don't like to go in with a lot of compression, just a little bit to be able to just tame it suddenly. So here you see that there's nothing on it here. The second aspect of it, I put up a 76 here, just to kind of set it at a level and have it steady as well. And I'm sending it to its designated octave as well. I have it with a, starting off the chain here with a de-esser, again, to just tame, some sibilance. That's feeding into my trusted LA2A. And I have that sitting here with my max volume just to keep it out of threshold as well. And I pulled up the UAD pull tech, just to kind of add some body to it. And I like the top end that the pull tech adds to elements. It's not harsh or the whole nine, and the mere fact that you can attenuate, each one of those different frequencies as well. And then at the end of that chain, I added another LA 2A here as well, and I have those sending to the LX 480 Verb, and again I'm using that that sin as well, going into a mod delay, again just to add some width and some depth to it without trying to do all of that with reverb as well, and just added another instance of delay, and which is what you hear here.
It's a sound in the atmosphere. It's a sound ringing in my ear.
And some of that, especially on this, I had to approach with these compressors as well to be able to change some of that leakage. Because again, Lucinda, she likes her headphones blasting. So some of this approach as it relates to the other instances of these compressors is the reason why I have those inserted as well, just to be able to kind of tame those as well, in between her lines, or even while she's going on, because I did, of course, some cleanups in the middle of it. But that's that chain there, and let's listen to it with and without.
A sound ringing in my ear. Lord,
Okay, and
yes,
as I'm pulling these in, you can
it's
hear
a
what it's doing.
sound in the atmosphere.
And if you'll notice, so a lot of producers or engineers, sometimes, they would tell you as well, to pay attention to your meters, in the whole nine. I do. I pay attention to my meters, but to a default, I make sure I'm going by my ear as it relates to what sounds good as well. So just because it looked like it may be slamming the meters, but if it sounds good to me, doesn't make me any difference. I'm going for it. So and here, let me get to this section here. You can see it looks like it's slamming this meter to life.
A sound ringing in my ear.
But it works for the sound that I'm going for, and with it, this is the outcome. And that's my approach to this song and how I approach the mix on it. And hopefully you were able to learn something as it relates to what to do or even what not to do. All right. Thank you. Lord, I hear you. Listen to more. Thank you, gospel producers.